Good morning. It is Copper Crown. Okay, well, it's morning here. Wherever you're watching this video, it may not be morning, but it's morning here. So, I'm back. Copper Crown is back. Woohoo! I'm back on YouTube as of today when this video uploads. So I want to catch up. If you hear weird noises in the background, I am using the restroom because I am in the bathroom. And if you watch my videos, you might know I take a lot of videos in the bathroom. It's very easy. Take videos in the bathroom. I shall show you everything that goes on in this bathroom because it's none of your business. I need to catch up on a lot of stuff. You'll have to excuse my teeth. I haven't brushed in a long time because I'm homeless. I really need to brush my teeth. Really need to. But anyways, moving on. I gotta catch up because I gotta make this video fast. So I was working for Kroger, as you know. I was a bagger for the longest time. I got the opportunity to be a grocery replenisher, which is stocking in the grocery store, putting up all the items on the shelf. It's pretty fun. I liked it. On December 6th, I was working. Oh, excuse me. And it was a real depressing, boring day. And I clocked out. And I called my husband, and it was payday for us. It was one. Well, we get 2 paydays. Well, okay, because it's a long story. I don't want to get into it. We're supposed to get paid on Thursday, but because I have direct deposit, I get paid on Wednesday on 2 of my cards, and then Thursday on 1 of my cards. I don't know why I'm explaining it, because it's none of your business, as I've said before. Anyways, so I'm like, hey, you're at Culver's. Let me just meet you there, and we'll get something to eat, and then we'll go home. So, I went my usual way home. I grabbed my bike from the break room, left, crossed the street, went past H-E-B, Kohl's, Lowe's, and everything else, and then Target, and I go out past Party City, and I cross over. I wait for traffic, and I cross over to get in the median, and I'll cross over to Sonic and go through the neighborhood and whatnot to go home. Well, anyways, I got to Party City, I got to that exit, and I went to cross over. Okay, it was only about 5:30. I made it to cross over into the median. It's about 5:30 when this happened. Still daylight. I didn't have lights on my bike, but I was wearing a gray hoodie, and I saw a car. I was probably there for like 5 or 10 minutes, but I saw a car to the right of me. I was sitting on my bike just like this, the way I'm facing you. Saw a car to the right of me, and I saw their lights on, and I saw them from far away. And my first instinct always, when I see a car coming and I'm in the median, which is the turning lane, is, are they gonna stop? And they didn't. And they hit me. And oh, if you hear noises, those are my roommates. It's my husband and my roommate. Anyways, so they hit me, and I remember, I was trying to remember everything. I remember, so I didn't remember at first, but I remember now, being hit by the car and going, like that. And then I must have hit my head, because when I went to the hospital, I had to hit my head here. I had a big head injury there. And now I get a lot of headaches from it. But I was knocked unconscious. I had a dream. I was at work. And when I came to, all these firemen and firefighters and EMTs were around me. And my first thought was I did something at work. Well, I hear this lady, and I know that she's pleading with the officer. And I didn't remember this either. Another thing that came back to me. She said he was only going 45. Well, okay, first of all, if you drive, you know you're not supposed to go 45 in a turning lane. Okay, you're not supposed to go that fast. And you're supposed to stop. And my instinct, my thing is, I think that this person was on the phone. I don't know if it was a male driver or a female driver. I don't know. I know there were 5 people in the car. And so I'm thinking they're on the phone, because my area has the biggest problem with accidents. And the number one thing is that they don't pay attention, they speed, and they're always on their phone. Okay? Technically going 45 and turning is speeding. So yes, and you're on your phone. And you're not paying attention because you're on your phone. And so I end up in the hospital. I have still a bruised rib over here somewhere. I broke my right femur. And I was in the hospital for about a week and a day. And my husband, I told him the first thing I remember when I came to was call my husband. He showed up at the hospital. He had to take a lift up there. He left his bike parked at the Walmart, locked up for a whole week. And then we were going to go stay with his mom and dad while I was recovering, but his dad said no. So I asked around because we wanted to be somewhere where I could recover a little bit, even if it was for a few days. And we finally got a hold of a friend of mine, Diane, sweetest lady in the world. So Diane let us stay at, I can't really tell you where. I'm just going to say she let us stay somewhere. And we stayed there for a few days. We were able to cook. I wasn't. I couldn't hardly eat. I guess because I was used to the hospital portions, which they don't give you a whole lot in the hospital. So, I say a lot. I said it again. See, I'm trying to stop myself, and I said it again. Anyways, so I'm not gonna say This is turning into a long video, but we stayed there for a few days, and then we went back home. It was cold. Oh, it snowed when I was in the hospital one day, and I told my husband, the news said that it was going to snow because I saw it on TV at work. He said, no, it's not going to snow. It never snows in Houston. I'm like, the news said, and I'm trusting the news. So on that day, which is Thursday, so the news said Thursday was going to snow. It snowed. I didn't get to go out and see it, but I saw a picture of it that my husband took on his phone. Which, by the way, he lost on the way out of the hospital. I've been staying home for a while, and I had the biggest problem with depression. I don't know if it's everybody who ends up getting hurt or getting, whether it's a disease or something, or that you end up with, especially when you're alone. I think it's especially when you're alone. I know, especially when I'm alone, I get depression. And I think because when you're alone as a Christian, when you're alone, the devil's like, oh, she's alone. I can mess with her all I want to, and she's not going to do anything about it. And I'm probably going to start crying, but I let the devil steal my joy so many times. But I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm happy. I'm working on my faith. I didn't understand what that was. I had asked my pastor at church last Sunday. But the depression has gone away again. Yay. But I spent so many days just being depressed and beating myself up continuously. Because it was so hard for me to overcome this. Sorry. I should have used the toilet paper that's in here instead of my hand. I should have done that. I think I'm going to do that now. I knew I was going to cry when I did this. So, after, because my husband, he had his bike. I didn't have my bike after the accident. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, the one thing though, when I was in the hospital, I stayed positive the whole time. I broke my hip a few years ago, and I remember being in the positive, being in the hospital, and I remember. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of Joel Osteen. I used to go to his church. I'm not a huge fan of him, but at the time I was watching a lot of Joel Osteen, and kind of basically turning my life around little by little. Yeah, his messages are good, but they're not gonna help you in your Christian walk. They're not. But they're not. I guess this message is good, but they're not gonna teach you about faith. They're not gonna teach you about how to trust in the Lord. They're not gonna teach you about declaring is good. That's good. He's big on declaring, but I remembered about staying positive, and it actually works. If you stay positive, it works. The whole time, my husband was like, "How can you be so positive? I don't understand it." And I'm like, "I was positive the last time, and nothing went wrong." I was going into surgery. My mom was there, and my mom was freaking out. And we go into the surgery room. We have surgery done. Well, that's where they give you the anesthesia. And she's sitting by the bed by me, holding my hand, just like shaking. And I'm like, in my own head, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't, because she's scared. I don't want to make things worse. And I don't want to make things worse for myself. But I'm like, you are scaring me, and I'm trying to stay positive here. You're freaking me out, and I'm basically going to surgery. But the surgery is fine. The difference, though, I went to Houston Northwest. It's an awesome hospital. If you ever have to go to a hospital, go there. These people are the best. The nicest people you'll ever meet. I'm getting off track here, but I'm always getting off track. I'm always derailed. Anyways, I'm trying to get back where I was. Anyways, but I was positive, and my husband's freaking out. He didn't want to freak out in front of me because of the situation with my mom. I explained it to him beforehand. So instead, he freaks out in the waiting room. So the sweetest thing, I come out of surgery. I don't remember a whole lot from the hospital. I don't remember a whole lot. I remember food was good. I remember we watched a lot of TV. We watched a lot of live PD and a lot of Treehouse Masters. And a lot of DIY HGTV stuff. Anyways, but my husband got me a cat. I'll have to go get it. Give me a second. And its name is Shadow, and I'm a huge fan of stuffed animals. I love stuffed animals. Me and my husband both collect stuffed animals. It is my surgery baby, and he was gonna put it on me when I came out, but instead he gave it to me because I was opening my eyes. So let me show it to you. Hang on. Okay, so I would show it to you, but I can't find it. So, well, it'd be for another time, another video. And my husband was asleep on the bed, so I can't show it to you. At the time I was in the tent, I was at home in the tent. We left our cat there, and I was so afraid he was going to run away or something. And he came home one day, and he was meowing, and his meow is like he's being hurt. It's like meow, meow, meow. Like he's seriously being injured. And he came home, and I was like, "Yay, it's Precious, he's back!" But we were asked to leave, and so we packed our stuff and went to his mom and dad's, and that didn't work out. We went to a shelter. That didn't work out. They had it was a great shelter. The food was awful. And I'm going to say this, I'm not going to tell you what shelter it is because I don't want to say anything bad about it, but as a Christian, I never really want to say anything bad, but this is the truth. The food was awful, it was cold, it was in the winter, almost everybody was sick. They had rats. I was getting sick, and then my husband got sick. I got like the flu-like symptoms. We were there from like December, late into December, past Christmas, all the way to New Year's. Well, when we finally came back, we went right back to the tent. We stayed in the Motel 6 for a while. A friend of ours from church put us up, but then we went right back to the tent. And so my husband goes to the library during the day because he doesn't work. He needs to work, but it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it. So we finally back in the tent, and he's going to leave for the day, and I'm at home alone doing nothing. I have nothing to do. I can either sleep or eat or sit there or lay in the bed because I can hardly move. So I'm getting depressed every single day, and I cried to my husband. He didn't know what to do. All he could do was pray for me. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to deal with depression. No, most guys don't. And so I was still in the middle of dealing with this depression when I went to church, and my husband had to be telling me the pastor read a book. Okay, if you're in the Humble area and you need to go to church, you want to go to a church, it's a little bitty church, but it's the Way of Life Bible Fellowship Church. We are right next to the post office in Humble. The best church in the world. I have grown so much because of that church. I've learned so much because of that church. It's making me who I really want to be. It's making me more Christ-like. But anyways, so my husband had been telling me about the book that the pastor wrote. So in a church service, I see the book, and I'm sitting in the chair, and my husband goes, ask the pastor if he'll give it to you. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm sitting there reading it. He goes, Tessa, you like to read? I said, yeah. He goes, I said, can I have it? He said, yeah. So I took it home. I started reading it. At some point, I finally finished it day after day after day. But I started learning that I cannot let the devil steal my joy. Because here's the thing. If you are not happy, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. If you're not happy, nothing's going to change. You're always going to be unhappy. You have to take charge of your life, take control of your life, and let Him take control of your life. Let the Lord take control of your life. You have to start giving your problems away to Him. You can't dwell on them. You can't hang on to them. It's not going to work for you. If you wonder why a bitter person is always bitter, why nothing changes, because they are not happy. They don't. You can make yourself happy. You've got to do it for yourself. I'm just kind of passionate on that. But I didn't get it at first. But after a little while, I finally got it, and I got my joy back. And I was so happy. And I'm so glad that depression is over, and that I've realized I cannot let the devil steal my joy, because I'm doing that is keeping me from my blessings. If you're doubting in the Lord, it's keeping you from your blessings. He's tested me so many times, and I get it. Sometimes He tests me, and I don't get it at first, and later on I'll be sitting in church, and I'm like, now I know why He tested me. Now I know. And now I understand. But, yeah, so I finally get over that, and we ended up, actually, when we moved out of the tent and went to his mom and dad's, we had to leave the cat there. We bought the cat, and we had to leave him there, and he runs around the neighborhood, and he may or may not be in a neighbor's house who's feeding him, that we don't know. And we're the only ones that he will let come near him, so his mom can't catch the cat. And I'm concerned about his mom because she's got a brain tumor, and she's just getting worse every day, and I'm just kind of praying for her. Moving on. So later on, we've been in the tent for so long. Later on, I'm actually able to walk now. When I first was able to walk, I'll show you if I can get the camera pointed in the right direction here. How I walk with my leg. Let me get it this way. You see my foot here is turned outward when I walk. See? It turns that way. It turns that way when I walk. And I also found out that my knee is longer than the other one because I was underneath the car. From what my husband tells me, what the paramedics or the nurse or somebody told him. And I didn't walk with my knee. You know when you walk and your knee goes up and down? Okay, well, my knee wasn't doing that. And So I don't have the money for physical therapy because I was out of work. They weren't paying me for being out of work. Um, so, sad thing is I still have my staples in me and they really need to get removed and I don't have the money for it. But they will be. They will be. I'm going back to work soon, but I shouldn't have said that. I spoiled everything. But anyways, I said again. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna get myself for that. You know, if you're in YouTube, you don't say I've never seen one YouTuber say well today we're gonna make some sorry, I have to finish my video over here because my husband is using the restroom. Don't worry, you can't. The camera can't see you; it can only see me. So a friend of ours who I worked with, he had a place to stay for some time. He's talked about moving in with us. Yes, I'm discussing him in my video. Yes. Do what? Okay, anyway, so, his name is Randall. My friend was making faces at me. I so wish I could turn this around and look at you making the faces, but, he's not gonna let me get a good video. I gotta try right around. Anyways, so, like I said, we talked about getting a place together, moving in together if we ever get out of the situation, and so he sent my husband a message, and he's still making the faces over here. And he sent a message on Google Hangouts and said he needed a place to stay, and he's been with us for 2 weeks now. Right, 2 weeks? Well, it's the longest anybody has stayed. He's got his own bed, which I'm sleeping in. Which me and my husband are sleeping in, yeah.
You won't sleep without me being there.
Yeah, because I won't sleep without my husband being there, as I'm so used to it by now. But, yeah, we're in a motel. We're at the Days Inn, and we're all in one bed. I bet you I can get a little sneak peek of him sleeping here.
You're awake.
No, he's awake? No, he's asleep?
Awake.
No, he's asleep. He's asleep. Aw, darn. Darn, I can't. But I'll show you the room here. I have to get my husband in the bathroom there. It's kind of dark in there, but there's the room. There's the front door. I am not a loser. That's him sleeping on the bed. Let's see. I'm in those chairs that can go all the way around. It's pretty cool, huh? There's TV. We got TV going on. And my friend, Diane, the nice lady Diane, sent us pizza, and we finished one box. Sent us 2 of these Domino's pizzas. He is awake.
I told him you were there.
Yeah.
He'll sleep without me being there.
So anyways, that's about all that I have. That is me catching up with you. And yes, I am back on YouTube, so look forward to some videos. Bye.